just wanna holler and spit. Told me to acknowledge you quick.
We've been affiliated with the Red Team for, you know what I mean? We're kind of like a big influence in the region, you know what I mean, for a lot of stuff.
Hey there, folks. Ever wondered what's up with Juelz Santana, the rapper known for his Bloods affiliation? Well, get ready to dive into the story of what happened to him. You've probably heard some things on the street, but let's separate fact from fiction. So, here's the kicker. Juelz Santana, once a big name in the rap game, seemed to vanish from the spotlight. Rumor has it, he faced some serious legal troubles that shook his career. But here's where it gets interesting. Despite his past success, he found himself in a tough spot. But wait, we'll uncover the highs and lows of his journey, from hit songs to the courtroom drama. What led to his downfall? And is there a chance for a comeback?
Being the new group as rappers, you always gotta kind of do something a little bit different. Well, that's what we did as a rap group, to kind of like set yourself apart or stand out.
Let's delve into the mystery behind one of the Blood's most renowned rappers. Get ready for an eye-opening journey through the twists and turns of Juelz Santana's life and career. It's a story you won't want to miss. Trust me. James was born in New York City to African-American parents. He was raised in the Sugar Hill, Harlem section of Manhattan and began rapping at the age of 5. He cites a live-in Dominican godmother as a strong influence on his early upbringing. Life wasn't easy for him from the get-go. Raised in a neighborhood where opportunities were scarce and challenges were plenty, Juelz had to learn to navigate the rough streets early on. Growing up, Juelz was surrounded by the rhythmic beats and rhymes of hip-hop. It wasn't just music to him, it was a way of life. He soaked in the sounds of the streets where every corner had its own story to tell. Some say he was born with a natural rhythm in his blood, while others claim he picked it up from the sounds echoing through his neighborhood. As a kid, Juelz found solace in the music blasting from boomboxes on street corners. He was drawn to the raw honesty of artists who spoke about their struggles and triumphs, mirroring his own experiences. It was here, amidst the concrete jungle, that Juelz's love affair with hip-hop began.
I got trust for my, that's why that's my.
At 12, James formed the rap duo Draft Pick with Malik, a neighborhood friend. The group first gained recognition after several performances around New York City, including Amateur Night at the Apollo Theater, where they won 2 weeks in a row. The two got signed to Priority Records when James was 15 years old. They released one single on the label, Play Rough, with Memphis Bleek and Tracy Lee. But life in Harlem wasn't just about music for Juelz. He faced his fair share of challenges growing up. The streets could be unforgiving, and temptations lurked around every corner. Yet, through it all, Juelz remained determined to carve out a better life for himself. Here's where it gets interesting. Juelz's introduction to the hip-hop scene wasn't just by chance. It was a combination of fate and sheer determination. Rumor has it that he caught the attention of some industry insiders with his undeniable talent and magnetic charisma. James was introduced to Cameron through his cousin, and shortly thereafter took on the name Juelz Santana and became a member of his hip-hop collective, the Diplomats. Founded by Cameron, became a movement, a brotherhood that transcended music. Their loyalty to each other extended beyond the recording studio. They were more than just collaborators. They were family. And within this brotherhood, Juelz Santana found his footing. Juelz Santana's gang affiliation is no secret. He openly identifies with the Bloods, one of the most notorious street gangs in the United States. The Bloods originated in Los Angeles, but have spread their influence nationwide. Their signature color, red, symbolizes unity, strength, and loyalty. For Santana, the red bandanas were more than a fashion statement. They were a badge of honor. Santana's relationship with the Bloods is multifaceted. While some insiders claim he is not a fully initiated member, others argue that he has earned their respect. His ties to the gang run deep, and he proudly represents their lifestyle in his music. But what does it mean to be a Blood? Being a Blood is not just about wearing red or throwing up hand signs. It's about survival, brotherhood, and territorial loyalty. The streets are unforgiving, and the gang provides protection, camaraderie, and a sense of identity. During an interview with a source in 2006, "I've been affiliated with the Blood Gang since I was a teenager. And for y'all that's not familiar with the court of law, being a member of a gang, being a Blood is not a crime. You know what I mean? That is not a crime to be a gang member. It's what you do as a gang member. That's when you get conspiracy charges and racketeering and all that. Me being who I was, I just came up in a hood that was a Blood neighborhood. I don't care where you gangbang at. It's people dying. It's young youth dying all that time. Gangs are K-ing each other. And at the end of the day, it's f***ing up our hood regardless of where we're coming from. That's what people really need to know." Now let's talk about Santana's music career. Rumor has it, his affiliation with the Bloods played a big role in shaping his image in the music industry. He wasn't just another rapper, he was the real deal, with street cred to back it up. And that's where it gets interesting. In his lyrics, Santana wasn't shy about referencing his gang ties. It was like wearing his colors on his sleeve, a badge of honor for surviving the streets. But here's where it gets real. It also brought him a lot of heat. Critics called him out for glorifying gang culture, while others praised him for keeping it real. The Diplomats, alongside Jim Jones and Freaky Zeke. Santana's first collaboration with the group was the Trackmasters remix of "What Means the World to You," followed by the tracks "Double Up" and "All the Chickens" on Cam'ron's second studio album, SDE, released on September 19, 2000, through Epic Records. Despite the odds stacked against him, Juelz refused to let his circumstances define him. He honed his craft, sharpening his lyrical skills with every verse he penned. His unique style and infectious energy set him apart from the crowd, earning him respect in the underground scene. But it wasn't until he crossed paths with fellow Harlem native Cam'ron that Juelz's dreams began to take shape. Cam'ron saw something special in the young rapper and took him under his wing, giving him the platform he needed to shine. Together, they formed the rap group The Diplomats, laying the foundation for Juelz's meteoric rise to fame. From there, it was a whirlwind journey to the top. Juelz's debut album, From Me to You, catapulted him into the spotlight, cementing his status as one of hip-hop's rising stars. With hit singles like There It Go, the Whistle Song, and Dipset, Santana's Town, he captivated audiences with his infectious hooks and infectious energy. Cam'ron got signed by Rockefeller Records. Then, on May 14, 2002, he dropped his third album called Come Home With Me. This album was big, featuring some cool collabs with Santana. They cooked up hits like Welcome to New York City, Hey Ma, and Oh Boy. And guess what? Oh Boy got Santana his first Grammy nomination for Best Rap Performance by a duo or group at the 2003 Grammy Awards. But hold up, that's not all. Cam'ron's deal with Rockefeller also meant good news for Santana. He got signed too, under Diplomat Records. After cooking up 4 mixtapes, they dropped their first album, Diplomatic Immunity, on March 25, 2003. This album was fire, debuting at number 8 on the Billboard 200 and selling a whopping 92,000 copies in its first week. It even got certified gold by the RIAA later on. But then, just before the album came out, Santana stirred up some trouble. He called himself a young Muhammad Atta in one of the songs, which got people talking, especially since it was right after the 9/11 attacks. But despite the drama, Complex later hailed the album as one of the classics of the decade. Fast forward to August 19, 2003, Santana dropped his solo debut, From Me to You. It didn't disappoint, hitting number 8 on the Billboard 200. Before the album, he teased fans with a mixtape called Final Destination in June 2003. And let's not forget about the single Dipset Santana's Town, which got people hyped and even snagged a Grammy nomination for Best Rap Performance by a Duo or Group, the Diplomats, led by Cam'ron. But things got rocky between them and their record label, Rockefeller Records, run by Jay-Z. So they broke away and signed with a smaller label called Coke Records. With some new faces on board, they dropped their second album, Diplomatic Immunity 2, in 2004. Soon after, one of the Diplomats, Juelz Santana, stepped into the spotlight with his own music. In 2004, he released his second album's lead single, Mic Check, which made waves on the charts. But Santana wasn't done yet. In 2005, he made a comeback to his old label, Def Jam, and released another single called There It Go, the whistle song. This track climbed all the way to number 6 on the charts. He followed up with more hits like Oh Yes and Clockwork. Santana's star kept rising when he teamed up with Chris Brown for Run It, which topped the charts for 5 weeks straight. With all this success, he dropped his second album, What the Game's Been Missing, in 2005, and it went gold. However, like many groups, the Diplomats hit some rough patches. By 2007, they had split up due to disagreements among the members. Cam'ron even sold his contract to Def Jam for a hefty $2 million, leaving Santana to form his own group, Skull Gang. Skull Gang dropped a couple of mixtapes and even a Christmas album before releasing their debut album in 2009. But despite his solo success and group ventures, Santana still had his eyes set on his third solo album, Born to Lose, Built to Win. Even though Santana released a few singles like Mixin' Up the Medicine, the album never saw the light of day. But that didn't stop him from making waves in the music scene. He even got a Grammy nomination for his work on Lil Wayne's The Carter 3. In 2010, the Diplomats put their differences aside and got back together, signing with Interscope Records. Santana also dipped his toes into reality TV, appearing on Love and Hip Hop, New York. But Santana wasn't just about the music. In 2012, he dropped a mixtape called God Willin', which got people talking. It featured tracks like Bodies and Soft, and even had music videos for every song. Santana kept hustling in the fashion world too, teaming up with a clothing brand called SBOE. And in 2016, he made a return to reality TV, joining the cast of Love and Hip Hop, New York once again. But fame and success came with their own set of challenges for Juelz. The same streets that once inspired his music now threatened to pull him back into their grip. Legal troubles and personal demons threatened to derail his career, but Juelz refused to let them define him. Back in January 2011, Santana, a well-known music guy from New Jersey, had some trouble. The cops busted into his recording spot in Bergenfield, New Jersey. They'd been snooping around for almost a year. And guess what they found? 2 loaded handguns, a bunch of bullets, and a whopping 84 grams of weed. Then, on February 2nd, 2011, Santana got himself arrested. The cops slapped him with a bunch of charges, like having guns without permission, having drugs, and trying to sell them too close to a school. Not a good look, right? And that wasn't the end of it. In March of the same year, Santana skipped out on a gig at Chris Brown's party because the police stopped and searched him. Things didn't cool down for Santana in November 2011. This time, he got in trouble for making scary threats and causing chaos. Fast forward to March 2018, Santana had another run-in with the law. He was at the airport when the security folks found a loaded gun and some pills in his bag. Yikes. Santana didn't stick around. He bolted from the airport, leaving all his stuff behind. But after 3 days on the run, he turned himself in to the cops. Santana's mom came to the rescue. She coughed up a hefty bail, $500,000 to be exact, by putting her house on the line. Santana got to chill at home while he waited for his day in court. But there was a catch. He had to stay with his mom, and she had to keep an eye on him. Despite all this drama, Santana didn't stop making music. He even went on tour with his crew, the Diplomats, in 2018. but his mom had to tag along everywhere he went. Finally, on December 18th, 2018, Santana got his sentence, 27 months behind bars, followed by a year of being watched. He started his time in March 2019 at a place called FCI Petersburg in Virginia. But luck was on his side this time. He got out early, after serving just 19 months on August 5, 2020. That's it for today. Until next time, bye.